Grant Porter's coming along, making a switch?
Grant's coming along. I mean, the one thing that you have when anytime you switch positions, there's some intricacies to the position that aren't just going to be adopted overnight. Like, the good thing today, he had undisciplined eyes staring at the quarterback. They throw a post, and what happens when as a corner, if you're looking at the quarterback, typically what you're going to see is that ball would travel over your head. And the thing you do is you grab them and explain it. When it's real, then and you do those things, and you'll be standing next to me. And so, you don't want to see it happen, but now you get a chance to coach it. You say discipline eyes, and he doesn't believe you until he gets ran by and misplays the ball. So that's part of the deal. And but he's working hard, and I think he's in the right spot. So he's going to need fall camp, though, no doubt.
You think he's got a chance to be a starter
I think he has a chance to compete for us. I really do. And we need him. And so I think it's a good move for him and a good move for our defense, long term.
A lot of pass rush today. Granted, the offensive line's dealing with some mishmash stuff, but do you like what you see from your defensive line?
We don't do a true evaluation of this particular day. We run our defense 14 out of 15 days in the spring, and the 15th day is the one that we had today. So, no, there's some good things. I mean, guys, a lot of three-man rushes and stuff like that, and very, very vanilla that way. But it's still an opportunity. Okay, let's put them in a disadvantage and put them in a situation where you got three guys rushing five, and are they going to battle? And then how do we react to scramble and some of those things. So there's always something you can get out of it, regardless of defensive play call versus offensive play call. So no, there's some positives, seeing those guys rush.
Extrapolate that Daniel might be more of a pass rusher this year, only one sack last year.
Well, I think he needs to be. I mean, I think across the board, and you and I have probably talked before about, production is the name of the game, and we need a more productive defensive unit, and that's at all levels from DBs. We're in position to make a play, but we need to make the play. You're not going to make them all, but you need to make a higher percentage. Same thing at linebacker, where there's TFLs or balls in the air, and Daniel's an experienced player up front, and we need our nose tackle to make plays. He can't just be disruptive. It's not okay just to be in the backfield. He's got to bring quarterbacks to the ground and running backs to the ground. So I think it's an added effort on his part. Part of it's comfort in the defense probably and going into year 3, and it should look like that. It should look like he can have an impact on our defense. So that's only a positive for us moving forward.
With Hercules, as talented as he is, if he's good enough, is that going to allow you to have a little more flexibility when it comes to scheme? Or
we try to move him around. We based out of both. We're probably, I don't know, maybe it's 50-50, and it probably depends on the game and personnel and everything else in terms of 3 down, 4 down. But he's a guy we can move around. He has the ability to play inside, despite from a size standpoint, he kind of doesn't fit the mold, but he can do some things that way. And what we need is 6, 7, 8 guys from a rotation standpoint in that front that all can play for us. Because the number of plays, the hurry-up offenses that you face in the Pac-12, we're not naive. You can only have 3 and 3 and 4 guys, and you're going to get this thing done. So, the guys behind the Daniels and behind the Hercs and behind the McBrooms all got to raise their game over the next X number of months.
It's probably having so many Samoan guys on the line, but for the last few years, they've always kind of elected a leader. There's been one who's really kind of emerged as the group's leader. Is that him this year?
Well, I think probably naturally. I think like anything. I think if you looked at the leaders on our specifically to our defense, you err on the side of the seniors. We got a more of a senior laden group than we've had in my time here. I think there's 10 seniors in our 2 deep. Now they got to have their best year. I mean, if we want to have the year that we expect to have, and as a coaching staff, we got to get out of our guys. Our seniors have to have their best year, so Daniel in the front, McBroom in the front, Pelor, Dot, Luvu, Hanser, Robert Taylor, and on and on. So, no, I think it's natural for those guys to rise. And what we need not the eldest Polly to be a leader of the Pods. We need those guys to be leaders on our defense, and he's becoming one.